Oh, hello. There we go. Welcome to, let me get this adjusted. Welcome to Monday strength class. Now, what I thought I would do over the next few weeks, and I'll be doing the same short talk on a Monday as a Wednesday as a Monday. So if you are doing both classes, you can either listen twice or make yourself, I don't know, just join at 11. Anyway, so what I thought I'd talk about is muscles, because obviously that's what having a strength class is all about. And I say, do this, it's good for that muscle and blah, blah, blah. And then we pass on and do something else. So what I thought I might do is have a look at the sort of major muscles in the body. I mean, you have about 650, 680 muscles in your body. So we're not going to look at all that, but we're going to look at the 10, 12, maybe 12 muscles or muscle groups that we use and that we are trying to strengthen in this class and in the Wednesday class as well. So I'll start at the top. I'm not going to do the muscles of the face or the neck particularly. So we're going to start here. So the first ones we're going to do are these ones here, these ones, which are the deltoids, the shoulder muscles. Okay, and the reason that we strengthen those is because they're good for reaching out for things, waving, hello, oops, hit that bit there. And when we do our warm-up, when we do that, that's good for those muscles because these muscles lift. Remember, muscles can only pull, they can't push. A muscle pushing would be like trying to push a piece of string along the floor. And the upright row, remember that one that we did on a Wednesday, is really good for the deltoids. And I might bring that one back, but I might not. We're not going to get through all the 10 muscles today because I don't want to rush through them. So those are the deltoids, and you can feel them. When you do that, you can feel them, you can see them moving, and you can feel them moving. Look at that. A spjugsthrapple, as my mum would say, which is Scottish for a sparrow's neck, a sparrow's throat. Right, the next one, we'll go down the arm. The next one that we look at is the biceps. Now, most people know where their biceps are. Your bicep is there. And given that muscles can only pull, they can't push, your bicep lifts your forearm. That's really its only function. So that's why we do these bicep exercises. Now the bicep is good for getting food to your mouth, raising a pint, nice cup of tea. What else would you do that for? Bringing stuff towards you. You use your deltoid to do that, your bicep to pull it in. Obviously your deltoid, your other muscles are involved, but that's sort of majorly what the bicep is for. And it's that one that you can see there. It's when men do that. It's that bulging one. And then there's this bit, your forearm. Now the muscles in your forearm are probably, pretty visible. I think I said before, I was noticing, talking about sarcopenia, I was noticing that these muscles in my forearm generally was getting a bit like a bit of string, very thin. And the muscles in your forearm work your hands. So if you want to strengthen your hands, you need to strengthen these muscles. Now, I've mentioned these before, but I think you could do a lot worse than get yourself a pair of hand strengtheners. Now, I bought these a little while ago, and so hand strengtheners have evolved. You get different sorts now. But I had a look on Amazon, and you can buy perfectly acceptable hand strengtheners for less than a tenner. And just have them to hand, have them lying around so that you remember them, so that you can do that several times a day. And you can see when my hand flexes, when my hand shuts, you can see how the muscles in my arm are working. So these muscles are pulling that. They're pulling and my hand is shutting. You have muscles, actually, a few muscles in your hand as well, to enable you to cup your hand and to enable you to let things go as well. Because letting go is, you have to use muscles to let go as well. But if I were you, I would get some hand strengtheners. And obviously, these are good for getting the tops off jars. What else? Twisting and screwing, really. Tops off jars, I mean. Excuse me. So that's the deltoids, reaching. The biceps, getting food. You reach the food, you reach into the cupboard, cook the food, eat the food, and then we'll get the top off the jar first. But you can, if you do that, you can see all the muscles. If you wiggle your hands, you've got tendons and all sorts of things in your arm, all to sort of help your arm, your hands. When we're doing the bicep curl, if you're using the bands, that's good for your hand as well, because you're having to grip it quite tightly. If you've got arthritis in your hands, as I've said before, using the bands with a handle might help, because you can just hook your hands through. And it's 11 o'clock. Well, it's after 11 o'clock. So next week, we'll go on to the muscles on the sort of back of the shoulders. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? But I just thought it would be useful to know why we do exercises and what exercises we're doing and what the muscles are useful for. Right, I'm just going to put this down a bit. So welcome. If you haven't been before, if you haven't attended before, welcome to the Monday strength class. Now, ideally, to fully participate, you're going to need to be able to get down onto the floor. You're not going to need to be able to get up and down off the floor. Well, you will need to get up eventually. But the lesson is in two halves. The class is in two halves. So the first half we're standing up or using the chair, and the second half we're on the floor. So as long as you can get onto the floor and get back up, well, it doesn't really matter for the exercise from an exercise point of view. It doesn't really matter if you can get back up or not. And it's a fairly lickety-split class, so we're going to go fairly quickly. So we do a warm-up. We do the main body of the exercise, and then we do stretching at the end. So all in all, it should take about 2 minutes past 11 now. We should be finished about 20 to 12, hopefully, if we get going. If I have anything to ask, or if you have anything to ask, just type it in. If I have anything to add, I will just do it as we're going along. And as we warm up, I'm going to point out a few things that a few of the exercises, that warm-up exercises we do that are beneficial for your muscle strength as well. So I'm just going to move this chair because I don't need it for a moment. And we're going to start just by marching on the spot. Now, if you can, you don't need to bring your knees up very high. Just do it on your toes. Now, when we get down to the muscles of the legs, the lower leg, the gastrocnemius and the soleus, then I'll be talking about standing on tiptoe because it's very good for those muscles. Just give a slightly exaggerated swing of your arms so that your shoulder joint is getting mobilized and is getting warmed. We're just going to do this for a few more seconds, just very gently. 3, 2, 1. Right, we're going to start exercising the arms. So we're going to make your hand like put your hand on your shoulder, make your arm like a wing. And imagine that you've got a pencil sticking out from your elbow. And we're going to do 5 backward, nice big circles, full range of movement. 2, just your arm moving. 3, 4, to get some mobility into that shoulder muscle, that shoulder joint. And then forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the other one. Don't forget the pencil. Use the pencil to make the circle. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to raise one arm above your head and the other one's coming back. So it's just getting full range of movement of your arms, but in a really nice, slow, controlled sort of way. I don't want you flapping your arms because that way dislocation lies. And don't rock. It's only your arms that are moving. And if you can't get your arms by your ears, that's absolutely fine. Just take them as far as they will go. So we're going to go 1. Nice and slow and controlled. 2. When you're coming down, 3. Place your arm down. 4. Don't let gravity just pull it down. 5, this is really good for your back muscles. 6, I'll explain which ones when we come on to the back. 7, 8, oh, I've lost count. 9, I think I've miscounted again. 10. Exercises are good, counting not so much. Right, we're going to do another arm one. Now this is, the deltoids are used for this as well, for turning your arms. We're going to start with your hands by your sides. You're going to turn your hands so your palms are facing out. We're going to bring them up above your head and touch them above your head if you can. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to kneel down so you can see what I'm doing. So turning them out, bringing them up, touching them, turning them again, and then back down. So you're constantly turning. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Last one on the arms. You're going to have your arms at 90, your elbows at 90 degrees. And we're going to just bring the arms in nice and slowly and touch the elbows. If you can't get them to touch, absolutely fine. Bring them to where you feel comfortable. Don't force. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How was that? I always feel that last one. Whew. Right. So we're going to do our little routine now. So we're going to start, oh no, we're not going to start that way. We're going to start by heel digging and anchor your elbows. And we're going to do an opposite bicep curl. An opposite arm and leg are working. Now these sets of this little sort of, so it's not a dance routine, but it sort of is good for coordination, strength, balance, memory. What else? Have I forgotten anything else? Lottery numbers. 3, 2, 1. Hang on, a notice has just popped up. Oh no, it's all right. Next one we're going to do is just go out to the side. Just out to the side like that, prayer hands, and we're going to go out. It's good for strength because you're always just standing on one leg, so it's good for the leg that's not moving. And it's good for balance because you're on one leg. And it's good for memory because eventually you're going to have to remember how to do the whole thing all the way through. It's good for coordination because you're doing opposite arm and leg. And I was lying about the lottery numbers. 3, 2, 1. Last one, it's the second last one. We're going to just do, no, I'm all at 6s and 7s today. We're just going to take a step back, just a small step back. And at the same time, your hands are here and they're going to come out. Just lay your hands, jazz hands, give your forearm a bit of a workout. Three, 2, 1. Last one. Just going to do a toe tap. And at the same time, just swing the opposite arm. Nice little toe tap. 3, 2, 1. Right, I'm just going to move this again. We're going to do all those. We're going to put them all together just to get your heart going a little bit, just to make sure that you're properly warmed up. So we're going to do heel digs, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, 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 side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right. Did you manage to keep up? Hope so. Sorry, I keep doing this. I've got a running injury. Right. So we're going to start the main bit of the exercise now. So we're going to start, as usual, with squats. Now remember, squatting is sitting without the chair. So it's like that. You don't have to go right down. You don't have to go down to there. You can just go down to there. As long as your back and these muscles, your quads and your glutes are taking the strain. You can still do this. If you can't do a free squat, sitting, standing upright, standing up from the chair without putting your hands on your knees. And remember, your knees always stay like that. Don't let your knees fall in. If you can't do, said she, start sitting down with her hands on her knees. If you can't do that, use momentum. And if you really can't do anything, put your hands on your knees. But the object of the exercise is to always be able to stand up without having to use your hands. So that you can always go upstairs and what have you. So, without further ado, we're going to do 10. We're going to do them fairly briskly. Okay, I'm going to do 5 standing sideways. So as you see, my knees don't. This is not a squat. This is a squat. You stick your bottom out. Okay, so 1. I just always have my hands in front of me to try and counterbalance me. 2, because your weight should be on your heels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, I'm going to add in another one because your glutes are good for the going upstairs bit, because that's the ones but if you're out walking, you want to be able to step up onto the stile, put your leg over the stile, or if you're getting into a bath, you need to be able to step up and over into the bath. And that is your other glutes. As you know, you've got 3 glutes, maximus, medius, and minimus. So this next exercise is for the medius and minimus puffing. It's called rock the boat, and we do this on Wednesday, but I'm going to introduce it into this one because I really like it. And what you do is you're just going to bring your leg up to the side so that these muscles here are being used, so your foot points forward. But we're going to do alternate sides, hence the rocking boat thing. You can hold on here if you want. You can just hold on like this or not hold on at all. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to try it not holding on. I've always held on, but we'll see. And don't rock your body in opposition. Your body ideally should stay straight. So we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3. Don't kick it up. 4. I'm going to hold on to both. It's easier. Not easier, it's just, it's easier to get the technique right if you're holding on. So that was 3. I think it was 4 really. 4, 5. Woohoo. Chair's overbalancing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should feel that there. I don't know if I did 10, so we'll do another couple. I may have miscounted. Another one you can do if you wanted to try is go into the squat, back. Don't go too far down, and just do, and then back. I can really feel that there. We might do that next week, but not this week. Right, just to take the strain off your legs for a moment, we're going to do a bit of punching, bit of boxing. And because this is reaching, it does your deltoids. It's good for your deltoids. So let me get off Facebook, and here we are. I'm going to have to do this at the side here so I can stay close to my clock. So feet hip width apart, hands here, and you're going out. We're going to go do it in 3s, okay? So it's that one that's doing it. Oh, I missed out the triceps, the ones on the back of your arms. They straighten your arm. Okay, so this one bends your arm, that one straightens your arm. So this is good for your triceps and it's good for your deltoids. So we're going to do it in bouts of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 straight out in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 30 seconds, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's just slightly less than 30 seconds. Right. It feels quite natural doing that with one hand, but by left hand, it feels as if it's a bit, but it is, it's straight. We're going to do it again while we have a rest. So don't do it like that or like this. Have your hands here, push them straight out. That's what you're doing. If they're tending to do that, slow it down. You don't have to go on my count of 3. You can do your own count of 3. In fact, I won't count just in case you want to do it more slowly than I'm doing it. Right, ready? Adopt a position and off we go. Get some power behind those punches. You might thank me one night. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. It's kind of an unnatural movement, that, I think, especially for women, because we tend not to be punching. I'm not saying boys go around punching all the time, but it does tend to be a bit more a man thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being very sexist. Right, lunging. Remember, a lunge is 4 separate movements. So it's a step forward, it's a genuflect. You don't have to get this knee at 90 degrees. It doesn't go onto the ground. You can go down to there if you want. 3 and back. So 1, 2, 3, back. Okay? So we're going to do 10 on each side. 1. Try not to let your this knee fall in. Mine is a little bit. I'm going to turn that down slightly. That's 2 we've done. So that you can see that, so I can watch my own technique as well. Ooh. 3. My knees and hips are a bit wrecked at the moment. I think I've been running too much. 4. 5. 6. Oh, 7. If you need to, you can hold on to do this. 8. 9. 10. Give your legs a little wiggle. Do a bit like, did you see Glenn Close last night? Wiggle your bum. Right, other side. 1, 2. I find it easier on this side. Is that 2? 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Right. We're going on the floor now. If you're not sure how to get on the floor, if you can't sort of plonk down, if you're okay kneeling, if you can, get on the edge of the chair. A low chair is probably better, but put one knee under you. One knee under you, and down you go. Or you can go with down onto one knee, the other knee, go to where you want, sit down, and that's you. Okay? Right, push this back. I'm going to put the mist down a bit. The first thing we're going to do is the press up. Hooray! Have you been practicing your press ups? Now remember, there's various ways you can do this. You can either do the 3/4 press up, not the box press up. We're not doing that. So you start with your hands on all fours, with your hands under your shoulders. Take a little step forward with your hands. Have your hands slightly wider than shoulder width as well. Bring your body over so your hands are under your shoulders again. And then you go down. If you can only do the downward bit, that's absolutely fine. But if you can do the down and up bit, that's great. If you can't kneel, lie on your tummy. Hands under your shoulders, and just push yourself up into the sort of cobra position if you know, or upward dog, if you know yoga. And then lower yourself back down and push yourself up. So we're going to do 7. So hands under your shoulders, forwards, lean forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How's that? I get reports every now and again, people saying, my press-ups are getting better. Right, now we're going to do the favourite, the plank. We're going to do the front plank first. We're going to do that for a minute, and then we're going to do the side planks for 30 seconds each. When you're doing the front plank, if you can't do a minute, stay in the same position. Don't think, oh, right, I've done 10 seconds and sit up. Stay in the plank position. And when you feel rested, go back up into the plank. So you can go down and up several times during the minute. So remember, lying on your front, elbows under your shoulders, and you come up like this, no bums in the air or sagging back. So your body is like a plank. So up we go and off we go. I'll count out in 10-second bouts so that you get a rough idea of how long you're doing if you're not timing it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Well done. How did that go? Next one we're going to do is the side plank. Remember, getting your elbow under your shoulder is vital in this. If you can, both feet together. If that's difficult, bend your lower knee so you can see that's bending, and that makes that a lot more doable. But if you can, try and do it with straight legs. So we're getting up into the plank position and off we go. I'll do the 10-second count again. 10, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Good one. And other side. Straight leg or bent leg, up to you. Just let me get my watch sorted. My phone sorted. Up we go, and off we go. 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. There we go. Right. So the next one is the boat. This is the one where you're sitting on the floor and you go back slightly on your pelvis and you're holding your legs here, letting go from time to time. Very hardcore straightening them. You can straighten them one at a time as well, if you wanted to. Trying to keep the other one, the shin parallel to the floor. So that's a bit of an exercise in muscle control. So back on your bum, holding your legs, and off we go. That's 10 seconds gone. 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Well done. And we're going to do that again. So into that position, shins parallel with the floor, and off we go. Hands out here, or holding onto your legs if you want. There's no right or wrong about this. As long as you are attempting it, that's the main thing. Oh dear, we're 17, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Well done. Just lean forward a bit just to sort of unkink your back a bit. Oh. Right, last one on the floor anyway is the bridge. So lying on your back, have your heels so that your middle finger can just touch them. Thighs parallel, knees don't touch, they're not sort of falling open. And then we're going to go up into the bridge, squeezing those glutes, really squeeze them, and then touch the floor and back up. 1, down and up 2. So we're going to be up in the air more than we're down on the ground. 3, and remember when you're up, squeeze. 4, make sure your thighs are parallel. Just have a quick look at them, make sure they're parallel. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. Well done. Just lean forward a bit with your legs straight or bent. It's up to you. The main thing is to get that little kink out your back. And then you need to use the chair to get up. Somebody pointed out to me that unless if you can't kneel, then this might be a difficult thing to do. You might be better with 2 chairs. But if you can kneel, crawling forward, and if you can take the weight on one leg and your hands, push yourself up, get your bum on the corner, and then turning round. And we're going to finish by getting my head back into shot. And we're going to finish with the high intensity stuff. Now remember, this is running on the spot. And you're hardly, tiny little steps, you're hardly taking your feet off the ground. Tiny little steps like that, your arms are going as well. I'm going to dip it up slightly. If you've got bad knees and you really can't do that, although there shouldn't be much impact, you're hardly moving. But if you can't do it, then do the punching. But if you can do the running on the spot, it's more beneficial because your muscles are bigger in your legs. We're going to do 3 bouts of 20 seconds. Dog's having a dream. He's probably dreaming that he can run again. Right. On your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Did you manage that? Yes, we're on day 10 post-operatively of the dog. Starting to think that I can maybe do this. We can maybe get through this. On websites I've been on and things, it says keep them in a crate for 2 weeks, and I don't know how people can do that. I mean, it just wouldn't. It's just not feasible. But he seems to be okay. I think he's limping less now, even 10 days post-operatively, than he was before he had the operation. So we'll get him better, and then a week on Wednesday he's in to have the other one done. Whoop-de-doo. Right, we're ready? Second one. On your marks, set, off you go. 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. Yeah, so a week on Wednesday, he's going in for the second. There'll still be a class on the Wednesday, though, because he goes in about 8:15, so there's plenty of time for me to get back here and do the class. Trying to figure out what's wrong with my hip. It's not in the hip joint, it's the muscles around the hip. And I can't. Are there any physiotherapists out there? It's my TFL, but I'm not absolutely certain. It's not IT band. I don't have pain in my knees or anything. It's just very localized here. So anyway, enough of my legs. Final one. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. Right. Before we go into the stretches, the usual announcements. If you've enjoyed the class and would like to show your appreciation, you can buy me a coffee on the link that's below in the comments section. If you want to know more about fitness, and I think what I'll do is when I've gone through all these muscle things, I think I'll do a little table and put up the muscle, the main muscle group, what it does and what exercise is good for it and what the muscle does, not necessarily in that order. And I'll put that on my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page, and the link for that is underneath in the comments section as well. If you haven't already, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's just a question of clicking subscribe. Bailiffs are not going to turn up at your door or anything. I've got over 300 subscribers now. Woohoo! And if you can like this class, that would be very jolly as well. Hello all. Hi, Nikki. Yeah, I'm wondering about sympathy pains. Well, they're not going to get me on the operating table. So yes. So if you can subscribe, like the class, what have you. Right. So enough rabbiting. So chair, calf stretch. So front leg bent, back leg straight. Make sure both feet are pointing the same direction, leaning forward. And then very gently bend your back knee. Heel comes off the ground. Put a bit of weight on that leg and you'll feel the stretch in your Achilles. And then swap legs. Ooh, this hurts on this one a bit. Bend your back knee. Okay. Right, quadriceps stretch. So hold your foot, your ankle, your trouser leg, what have you. Remember, if you can't do that, do the dynamic stretching. So keep your try and kick your hands that are behind your back. Try and get your heels to touch your hands. I'm going to do a bit of static stretching. I want to practice my balance. Got distracted by a car outside the window there. And swap legs. I only said that because I fell over. Other leg. Okay, hamstrings now. Sitting at the front of the chair. Sitting up nice and straight. Leg forward, toe pulled back. Just check that your back's straight. And lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. And then sit up. Other leg out, toe pulled back. Check your back is straight. Lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Okay, sitting up. Sitting on the chair but sideways. Sitting up nice and straight. One leg out behind. Torso straight. So as you're stretching this area here. And then switch around. Remember, keep your torso straight, don't go forward. And then shoulders, arms at shoulder height, palms facing forwards, round the tree. So it's like that, round arms, there, and dip your head. I sort of wiggle my neck to try and get more, wiggle my head to get more stretch on the muscles here at the top of my neck because they're always, always stiff. And then if you can, interlink your hands behind your back. If you can't, try and get your elbows together. If you're interlinking your hands, raise your hands up a bit, just to get that stretch across your chest. And then last one, if you've got shoulder mobility problems, this one might not be, maybe just leave this one out. Hand up, palm back, down your back, so it's like that. And then push that so that you get a stretch here, because you've been using your triceps when you were punching and when you were doing the press up. And bring it back, and then the other one. Just before you go, we're going to try a neck one. So I don't like doing this one, so I have never included it. Turn your head to the left. Put your hand there on this side of your head, and try and pull it towards this way. Try and separate, keep your shoulder down. So pull your head over that way. Keep it turned to the side though. Some people, oh, I felt a crack there. Yeah, so you turn it to the side and then you sort of pull it that way. Gently. And then bring it up. Turn it slightly, not very much. And then pull it that way. Make sure your shoulder is well down. Oh, I'm sort of pulling it forward as well. That's quite nice. And then bring it up and try pulling it from, yeah. That's quite nice, that. Right. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Wednesday, where you'll have to listen to the same old preamble about muscles again. But anyway. Any questions? Let me know. Bye.